So, winterizing a house. Some website about fixing houses. And I look at all the tips. It said, like, 100, it was like 101 pointers for do-it-yourselfers. And so I look at it, and I swear, like, the first 20 of them were things to do with pool noodles. Like, cut your pool noodle and make it a nice cushion for your ladder, but don't step on it because you might fall. And then it was like, a lot of spray foam stuff, which, and just different things, and like how to, don't hold your rake with your, in order to avoid blisters, you hold your rake like this, or I don't know how you do it, but anyways, but it was like, I like making fun of it, right? Because it was like a lot of stuff about pool noodles, and I thought that was funny, and about spray foam, which I don't really, I did it in my ambulance, which was this car I had, and I tried to weatherproof it, and yeah, with spray foam, so there's an orange foam sticking out of it. So, and it gets real sticky, sticks all over your hands. I don't really like it that much, but because I don't know really how to apply it very well. That's probably why, probably the people that are on there probably know how to apply it better than I do. But I kind of made fun of it for several days, actually. I don't usually do that, but I don't know. I kind of found like, oh, somebody's cheesier than I am, and so I like found something to make fun of, which isn't really like me, but maybe I've been feeling down lately or something, but so when we moved in here, I didn't know about anything because I'm from California. I didn't know about weather, I didn't know what winterizing your house was or anything, but we thought, hey, we're pretty smart people, we can figure it out. And so or we could just hire somebody to come and maybe help us, like maybe there's like, somebody that will, I don't know, like want to live in the casita or something, and they may help us or something. I don't know. We just were thinking, actually we weren't very much. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, yeah. So we moved off grid and here, and because we're definitely called here though, and we thought it was very much so to be like, we get here and be like this spiritual thing. We're always like, oh, do you think we're spiritually prepared enough? So, you know what I mean? As far as like, like, I don't know, like, how you always think like, oh, am I like this enough? Am I that enough? Am I ready for this? Which you never are going to be. And so we think it's all going to be like, we move in and all of a sudden everything's going to happen. And so we move in, and the first night, we got a little bit freaked out. And we were trying to pretend like we weren't because, we didn't want to have that. And so we hear these like whistles through the house, like these flutes. And I was like, because, New Mexico is a very spiritual place. And I thought, oh my God, it's like an old Indian man or Native American or Amerindian First Nation man playing the flute, I was like, I wonder if it's like some kind of thing, like it's like the third owner and now he wants his land back or something. I didn't know if it was like something like after the third owner or the 30th year or something like that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to take my land. I don't know. I'm not saying, I don't know what I'm saying, but some type of like weird thing like that to where it was like some curse, and it's his ghost and he's coming back. But it was late at night and we'd been moving all day. So that's kind of the first thing I thought, cause I got really scared cause I'm not a realist, so I thought it was like some curse, some Native American curse or First Nation curse, because that's a more appropriate First Nation. So I don't know. But I tell him that. So I try to talk to the guy and say that I thought maybe it might be there, which I don't think it is. But I was just trying anything, to get the whistling to stop, the flutes, and then they didn't stop. And so I just made my peace with it, that the house likes to play music for us. And so, that was kind of how I felt about that, and I felt a lot better. And every time the flutes would play, I'd be like, oh, the house is playing musical instruments for us. Well, I had no idea that the house needed to be, sealed. I didn't know that the house was really drafty, and that was all the wind going through the house that shouldn't be going through the house, but it does because, we don't have weather like this here, in California. And so I thought it was like the old curse, but but it wasn't. It was the wind that needed to be fixed. And we went through the whole winter and didn't fix it because we didn't really know that we were supposed to. You know, we were like, wow, these windows sure do shake. And wow, those windows are cold. Don't stand by the window, you know, and we're freezing. And we have just these little heaters that they're not heaters, they're little fireplaces that you heat. And we didn't even know how to build a fire. We didn't know we needed wood. You know, we got a cord of wood. And when we didn't know that the house wasn't sealed and it was freezing, our refrigerator stopped working because, you know, it was below 40 in the house. And so we were going around in parkas, you know, and we were miserable, you know. And then we got snowed in for 14 days and some days after that, you know, it was kind of crazy because we had no idea, like, you know, what to do. We had no idea how to stay warm. We didn't know anything about winterizing the house, you know. And so today I'm thinking about that, and I looked it up online about how to winterize the house, and I was looking for something to, you know, some of the products that they said and this and that, and I go in the garage, and on our trip we gotten some pool noodles, and yeah, and the pool noodles that I was making fun of, right? I was like, well, that looks like a pretty good option for, you know, sealing the window, like, right, you know, in the crack, because these windows are really old and they're wood, and so, you know, they have a big space in the middle of them where the wind and just howls and blows through, and it's really cold, and so I'm going to use those pool noodles. So it's kind of like one of those things is you make fun of something, you know, you're going to end up, you know, you're going to, it's going to come back around that you're going to be like in a position to where you you know, you realize that thing isn't cheesy, it's not beneath you. You realize that, okay, like these people, yeah, these things may seem really simple to do, like the way to hold your rake so you don't get blisters, you know, but you know, I know that now, how to hold a rake and not get blisters. I think it's like no, I can't. I had to look it up again. But it's like, okay, if I have a rake, if I'm raking, okay, you hold it like this instead of like, wait, how do I rake? I can't do it. I can't because I don't have a rake. It'd be like, okay. Oops. Okay, so if this is my rake, so if I'm raking like this, you said to go like this. And see, you don't lose any grip and you don't get blisters. Yeah. Okay. But you know, it's kind of like one of those things, you think you're going to go somewhere and you have this expectation of what it's going to be. And when it doesn't meet your expectation that way, you start to panic. You start to get afraid. And you're thinking, okay, I'm not doing the things I set out to do here. Like write this theory, get more deep into my head. You know, as, you know, now I can't even think to talk, but, you know, thinking, okay, I'm not doing what I set out to do here. Am I on the right path? Did I go the right way? Did we pick the right thing? And, it's, you know, and you panic, you start to question yourself, you start to question everything, you know. Am I okay? Am I okay? I remember the first day we moved in, I'm like, I don't know what to say I am, I don't know what to say I do. Because really, I don't know what to say I am or what to say I do, other than that I am who I am, you know. And crazy or not, I am, you know. And I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not apologizing for it. I'll apologize for rambling, but, you know, but for the core of who I am, and for the path I'm taking, for the mistakes I make that end up being like, those little notches on the road that you make those big mistakes, and you're like, oh my gosh, that mistake that I made is actually the reason why I've like succeeded in this other area. If that wouldn't have happened, then now I wouldn't have this thing, that I have. I wouldn't have met this person in my life. I wouldn't have this connection. I wouldn't have figured this out about myself. And so, you know, it's like all of a sudden those mistakes, like, aren't mistakes, you know. And so people say, you know, you don't think anything wrong with you. I'm like, well, I mean, I could probably, but I don't really think that that's the case in the long run. I don't think that's the case in the long run because, you know, as we, you know, there's a lot of things that I could work on. The society says, you know, you got to work on, like combing your hair better, or not being so rambly, you know, all these things, or maybe just like maybe be not so messy, or maybe like ask before you do something, or maybe double check, or maybe follow the directions better, you know, and all these things I can work on, and I should work on, and I try to work on. Yeah, like there's always like goals that we make for ourselves, and there are always ways we can better ourselves, but it's not that at the cost of ourselves, you know. We don't do things, we don't change things at the cost of ourselves. And sometimes it's like, okay, like, what's more important, like, you know, like me having, you know, all my ducks in a row, or me taking care, you know, like, let's say if I need to, like, you know, fix the bathtub or something, you know, I can, but yeah, I'm feeling so irritated, I'm feeling so this or that because I need to do all these things, and I'm not living with joy. I'm not living, like, I'm just living grouchy, you know. I'm living grumpy all the time, and, you know, and because I have these things to do, and then because I'm stuck, and I can't think right because I'm so grouchy, and I'm so, like, because my soul, because, you know, at those points, it's like your soul is like, you're not feeding your soul, you're not, your soul is saying, like, hey, I need some attention here. I want to help you out here. I want to help you get these things actually done, and you'll get them a lot done more quickly if you can let me help you out. You know, and just take some time. Take some time to do some art. Take some time to sing. Take some time to connect. Take some time to just, you know, go take a walk outside. Take some time to eat some ice cream or something, you know, something that, like, you enjoy. Just take some time and just, like, let everything go for a little bit, you know, just for an hour or something, you know. When you're so grouchy, just quit for just a second. Not forever, but just quit for just like an hour. Because I get on these things, you know, this is my thing, is like, I'll get on this thing, I'll start doing something, and then I'll do it, and then I'll think of a little bit better way, and then I'll redo it, and then I'll do it over, and I will never stop. I never stop. And then I mess it up bad, you know, because I've gotten on this thing where I can't stop doing it, you know, because I'm thinking, if I could just fix it, and then I panic a little bit, and then I feel like I have to fix it real quick before anyone sees it, and that makes it way worse. I have a best friend. She's upstairs. She's asleep. She's been having seizures all night, and we don't know what they're from, and we don't know why they're happening. They just kind of happened out of nowhere. And I'm really concerned, but yet I trust, you know, the universe. But here's, like, why I always am a little bit like, okay, like, I'm open to whatever, because I don't know it all. I could say, like, okay, I trust and I know, and I don't have to do anything about it, but that's not true. Because I do trust, and I know, but I know that I'm to be shown what to do, or to figure out what to do, or take some help for what to do. Because I don't know how to do things. You know, I look up a log or whatever, but I don't know. I don't, you know, most people, like, I remember going up there, like, saying, hey, you know, I'll wait to work on my spiritual self. You know, people think, okay, I'll wait to get spiritual. You know, I got to get all my natural, my physical stuff in order first. You know, it's kind of weird because we both do that kind of backwards. This time around is like, we're like, okay, you know, we focus so much on spiritual that we don't really notice. Like a year later, we didn't notice about winterizing the house or fixing the windows, and but it's one of those things is I think we think that spiritual is holy and is God and is like up here, and we think that everything material and physical and all that is down here, and and these people up here, they scoff at those people down here. Oh, you're just materialistic. Oh, you're worrying about paying your bills. Oh, I'm kidding. No, but it's like kind of like that, Or you're like that thing. Oh, you're just materialistic. You know what I mean? But it's, I've been learning this thing lately about that. And it's, Merriam-Webster says, we don't need to transcend our bodies, but we need to move into our bodies. And I have a really hard time doing that not because I thought my body was less than, but because I've never really known how to live in it. I've never known how to be in it. And the goal here, because the thing is, if we think, if I just want to reach, I want to be divine, I want to be all this stuff. Well, you are that. That's the thing, is you are. Heaven isn't somewhere we're going. It's where we come from. The kingdom of heaven, what Jesus was talking about. It's where we come from. It's not where we're going. We've come here to become fully human. And that's the thing, is so important for us to do here. Is to become fully human. And to understand the sacredness of creation and creativity. And that's the whole theme of the Bible. In the beginning, God created. It's a creation story about creativity. And so, anytime you're creative, that's the divine part of you. But the divine part can't manifest unless it's goes through matter. Because, so like up here, as we are divine, like the Elohim, the plurality of majesties. That's a word that talks about God, and it uses a plural verb, a plural noun. It's a plural word, basically. That is, so the gods, but not in the way for some of you people that will be like, oh, you're polytheistic or whatever. I don't care really, whatever. But I want to explain because when people get mixed up on, you grow up and you hear, oh, God's this, and they say God's that, and you find out God's both things. It's just a language issue. But what that means is God is like everything. The Jewish mysticism believes in the Ein Sof, and the Ein Sof something I cannot remember. I'm not really that. I'm new at it, looking at all this stuff. But one is the absolute all, and then within that is held the absolute nothing. So the absolute all holds the absolute nothing. So it's both things. So everything is God, and so that's why they use that plural term. I'm just saying. So when we say God, we're talking about us. But it's hard to explain in this short thing that I'm supposed to be talking about, like winterizing. This bag of meat, this bag of flesh, And I'm like thinking, and then now it almost is like, now that when somebody says something like that, it almost say like, it hits me the same as if somebody would say like that about like God. Yeah, that big Nazi up in the sky or something. I don't know what they would say. I don't really I'm not really a thinker about what I'm saying. I just couldn't think of anything. So, but that would feel like kind of like the same, now, like when they say the body, and that's not a common thing, I don't think. is when people will say something about their body, and you'll have the same reaction as if they said that about God, because that's the only tool we have to manifest that divine creativity. So we're given this spark, this divine spark, this creative force, and it's who we are. We come from love and we'll go back to love, and we're here to manifest that. And what manifest means is it means like make it into something, like make it it's like if I have a thought about something, if like I'm gonna be a rock star singer, and if I never sing, I'll never be that. If I never write the song, I'll never be that. So I use my divine spark and I write those songs, and I use this voice to sing that divine song that's in my soul, and that's how I manifest that into reality, to where there's a sound, a vibration, and there's a change. And it's this crazy thing, because